Can't hit it, can't get it. Next tempo, next percents. Today's run is a little bit spicy, just a little bit. We've got 13k to do and the pace is decently fast. Not mega fast, but decently fast. We're 1 week out from race day now, from the sub 20 minute 5k attempt. So we are tapering, so we're not going to absolutely go out and blast it today. Legs are feeling good though, feeling rested. So I should be able to manage this one relatively easily. I can't quite believe that we're coming to the end of this sub 20 minute 5k training block, or at least hopefully we are anyway. This time next week, I'm going to be sending it pretty much as fast as I can for 12.5 laps around a running track, and hopefully box off that big goal of sub 20 minutes in the 5k. I've learned a lot, both about myself and about my training throughout the course of this training block. It's the first time ever I've trained 7 times in a week, which feels mental to say in itself, but I'm actually really proud of myself that I was able to stick to it and just get it done every day. Right, it's time to pick up the pace and get on with it now. Progression run has kicked in, starting out at 4:55. Hiya, good morning. See those people every single week. I run down this path and I come across those every single week without fail. I'm just on that section of the run in the middle where the pace drops back just a touch, which worked out brilliantly because I'm just heading uphill and I'm feeling quite tired. It's got me thinking about next week and how that's going to feel, what level of hell that I'm going to put myself through to get that time next week. 5k time trials scare me so much. The last time I did one was December 31st, 2023, which is more than a year ago. And I got 20 minutes or 42 seconds, I think it was. And with 200 meters to go on that attempt, I actually threw up on the infield of the running track. I was physically sick last time I did a 5k time trial. That day, over a year ago now, I was hoping to go sub 20 then, but I absolutely did not have it in my locker at that time in that place with my training. I gave it a really good go, and I can say with 100% confidence that I found my red line effort that day. I couldn't have gone any faster than what I managed that day. I was proud of what I achieved that day, but also slightly disappointed that I didn't manage what I set out to do. I really would love this time if I can just get under that 20 minutes and just achieve exactly what I set out to do. But I am also absolutely terrified of how it feels to run for 20 minutes at that pace. Right, second half of this warm-up starting now. Time to pick it back up again. Back out for the run now. Let's go. I've got 1.3 kilometers left to do, and I'm still feeling all right, to be honest. I considered doing this last kilometer at race pace, at target race pace, but I got to remember that I'm tapering at the end of the day. this session is not really meant to be an absolute all-out effort. Pulling back this week. It's only 1 week to go until race day, so I'm not going to absolutely hammer it. Oh, aye. And we're done. Lovely stuff. Just like that. I'm feeling quite tired after that one, but in all honesty, that wasn't too bad. Which it wasn't meant to be either. You know, we're tapering at the moment, and it's not meant to be an all-out effort 1 week before the 5k race. So, yeah, it was a solid effort, but what I'm saying is, if that session had come in the middle of a training block, I probably would have pushed on for those last couple of kilometres and really tired myself out. But no, it was fine. 1 hour 5 minutes, 13k, average pace at 5:03. That obviously includes the warm up in there as well, so solid effort. Are you ready? I've just been spending some time looking at my training from the last time I did a sub 20-minute 5k attempt, basically, so last year. And I was having a look at the training that I was doing in that period. Every single one of my workouts is tracked through my Garmin Forerunner 255 watch, which means through the Garmin Connect sort of web app, you've got a great log of every workout I've ever done, really. So I can jump back into December 2023, which was when I did the 5k time trial right here. I was supposed to do, I remember now, I was going to do it on the 28th of December, and I did it on the treadmill that day. I ended up not achieving the sub 20 minute. And then here is the attempt here last time. It's logged as 21 minutes and 4 seconds, but that's because I didn't stop my watch for 20 seconds because I was actually throwing up at that time. So it was 20 minutes and 42 seconds, I believe, for the 5k. So here's the actual run itself, but that's not really what I was interested in and why I jumped on here. What I was actually interested in was the sort of training. You know, I want to see where I was in training at that time, and sort of compare that to how I've been training recently. But you can see in terms of the weekly distances, in like 32, 26, 22, 25, what was I doing the month before? Yeah, I was kind of around 30k. I did a 40k week there. But if you compare that to like what I'm doing now, obviously this week is quite low so far because I'm tapering at the moment, but 52 last week, and then 48, 50, 42, and then 37. So I've done way more in terms of volume. Looks like I was training 3 or 4 times a week at this time. This here looks like pretty much the peak session. So let's have a look at what we did here. Maybe this one actually. Let's have a look at this one. I can't remember this session off the top of my head. Yeah, like an interval session, 7.3 kilometers. I've been training so much further than that for this training block. Kind of paces was I doing, but yeah, I'm properly in that stage now of like the nerves are setting in. It's less than 1 week to go at this point, and I'm trying to like satisfy myself that I've worked really, really hard here, and I wasn't far off this day here, like over a year ago now, and my training this time round is so much better, so much more consistent, so much more volume,
the intensity has been higher. The long runs have been longer. Everything's been better. Every single aspect of it has been harder, better. I should be in a good place. I think it was sort of similar in terms of, I came off the back of a half marathon training block. So it's sort of similar in that instance, because that's what I've done here. I've come off the back of the Silverstone half marathon training block and jumped into 5k training. But the intensity of the 5k training block then in 2023 was more as like a rest. That was just like, I dropped the volume way down and I was almost sort of resting whilst training for a 5k, whereas this time it's been up the intensity, up the workload, and really, really hammer this 5k training block. So the sort of mindset was completely different in this training block. You can allow like how big of a task it is to like build up in your head and worry yourself, but I'm feeling a little bit better after looking at this. It's like, I've got to be in a good place to give this a good go. I've done so much more than I did for the previous attempt. I should be ready. I should be ready. I've done a lot of runs to get here, and then if you throw in the gym sessions as well, you can see the sort of consistency to the training. Obviously around Christmas there was a few days out, but look at January. I've never had a month look like that. That is that's pretty impressive actually.